Ever wonder how there are so many Nurse Joys in the Pokemon games? We've all been told that it's because they have lots of sisters. But really, is it possible to have that many genetically identical siblings? Well, you never know, but still, they didn't want to let anyone know the real reason. It's far too unreal and out of character if anyone knew her secret. But I found out. I saw, and I can tell you. It all starts when you walk into the Pokemon Center. You walk up to her and see her bright pink hair. You greet her, and she has this pretty voice that wasn't actually pretty to start with. You may or may not have to talk. Or you may or may not have a talk. She takes your Pokemon, turns around, heals them, and gives them back. That's the usual routine. Most likely, she'll be all nice and caring through the whole process. Give or take the personality she has because supposedly each one is unique in personality. What you don't know is that she installed a tracking device in your Pokeballs. All 6 of them in case one falls off. Why? Well, when you entered the building, she knew you'd be perfect. She knew you'd have all the characteristics for the job, plus you were still a new trainer. The less known the better. Anyway, she keeps you tracked and alerts the other other Nurse Joys you may encounter. That way, when you get to one of them, well, let's just say they can care for you. However, if one of the Nurse Joys sees a trainer that they want and stays in the center to sleep overnight, the real fun begins. You are assigned to a room. Most likely a room near the back of the Pokemon Center. Can I take your Pokemon to another room so they can be healed and rested? She may ask. Say no. Just say no. It's their way to isolate you. All of your belongings can go in the drawer so you can lock it and keep your items safe while you sleep. She says in her voice, you know, but will soon not love. The Joys do this to keep you unarmed. Of course, you trust these kind nurses, so all your items you had go into the drawer, and she gives you the lock. Good night, please. Good night. Please enjoy your stay. She tries to comfort you, but if you look closely, you may notice the fake face she has because always they are full of excitement before the procedure happens. Can you guess the real reason now? If yes, then well done. If not, then keep listening. At about midnight, usually it is all dark and no living thing is up and about, except for our lovely and sadistic nurse, it all begins. The door to your room gently opens. There's no squeak or creaking noise, because she was not smart enough to oil the door. She was smart enough to oil the door, so no sound is made when it opened. She comes in with a gurney, you know, those medical stretch things used to carry injured people. Her face is not sweet anymore, but devilish. She enjoys this ritual. She loves it. The rush, the adrenaline she gets, the red glow in her eyes. It's as if she possessed by the devil himself. Although you're sound asleep, she doesn't take any chances should she takes out a needle. No, it's not poison, silly. It's a liquid form of poison powder, or sleep powder, in a very high dose. An ounce could keep you asleep for, say, 2 hours. The needle has 10 ounces. She needs all the time she can get for the procedure to be successful. So you're knocked out on a gurney, being pushed down the hall into a room that has been disguised as the nurse's only room. If you ever somehow manage to see what's inside, here's what you'd see. Severed limbs and appendages of different sizes in jars. Only ones that didn't transform properly. There are also testicles. Yes, she cuts them off. She drags the male's body underneath a saw tool and slices them off. She doesn't mind the bleeding. Actually, she collects it through the drain and jars it. You know, for for when she needs a drink. After all the joys need a constant supply of blood. Now, the next part is your favorite. Joy takes a knife and slices it down the base of your neck to your groin. She does this very gently because she enjoys it, and if you were to wake up she does this very gently, she enjoys it, and if you were to wake up, then you can suffer slowly. At this point, Joy's hair is not neat. It's covered with blood. Her face has completely changed. Her pupils completely blood red, and her teeth have suddenly grown a bit, causing them to look like fangs. No, she's not a vampire. Well, she could be, but that's not the point. Joy then has a smile that's a mix of a clown and a demon, because she takes out a bottle of serum with special DNA molecules in it. Joy DNA molecules to be exact. But before she does anything with it, Joy takes out all your organs, except for a couple, like your heart and brain. She stitches your open incision, but it's not a decent job. After all, it won't matter. The serum needs to be directly poured on the brain for it to work, so naturally, Joy would take out a saw, a regular old saw, and slice your skull just enough for the brain to be showing. The serum is poured, and after a few minutes, your body will be becoming more joy-like. The heart and brain are revived with new organs. Joy organs grow in the empty cavity that is your body. All your cuts are healed, and it was as if you had a perfect skin. The process is complete. You wake up the next day wanting to work at a Pokemon Center. Anywhere would do. But you also have DNA molecules forcing you to look out for minor trainers that could be the next Joy. Of course, with this comes the ability to do what has been done to you. The thing is, you think you were born identical to the other Nurse Joys. But why go through the trouble of making people turn into Joys? Why not just clone? Well, I found out that the original Joy would like to someday rule the world with an army of Joys that will do anything because it's in the DNA follow of the original. But cloning would attract too much attention. Plus the whole, I have a lot of sisters that are identical, seems to have been a good story. There you have it. Now you know. Wonder how this is? Well, I always follow with Nurse Joy, who's the one in the background helping her. It's me, Chansey. Though, I was told never to speak of this information, even though I am a Pokemon. So my advice to you is to come to the Pokemon Center at your own risk. You never know. The thing about the real Nurse Joy is, she likes to hunt around by herself. So when you're all alone, sleeping, or just relaxing, don't think you're safe. I hear she has a nice demonic face to stare at you with. Oh, looks like she chose another victim. I think it's you.